And we back up in it. Man, say it ain't so, ladies and gents. It's not like we didn't see this coming. And you don't have to be Miss Cleo Coleman now to know this was bound to happen to none other than the Chicago Grim Reaper, a.k.a. the voice of the screeds. When it comes to modern day drill music, yes folks, the OTF Chiraq top demon and also Grammy Award-winning Chicago rapper Lil Durk, a.k.a. Durkio, has been arrested on federal criminal complaint alleging he conspired with others to murder the ops, more specifically a rival rapper, Quando Rondo, ultimately resulting in a shooting and murder that took place at a gas station near the Beverly Center shopping mall in Los Angeles, a.k.a. Killer Cali. An attack that resulted in a family member of Quando being shot and killed. Durk Banks, 32, a.k.a. Lil Durk, was arrested near Miami International Airport late Thursday on a complaint charging him with conspiracy to use interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death. Lil Durkio was allegedly planning an escape while on the way to the Miami International Airport. They say Durkio was trying to pull a catch me if you can, but without Leo DiCaprio, but with more guns and demons. They said old Schmirkio was not trying to beat the case, but instead did the race like TK on a hot Texas day. Durkio, probably Chiraq's richest hip-hop demon, made his initial appearance October 25th in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida and remains in federal custody, like that dirty man we now call the Diddler. His arraignment is expected to occur in Los Angeles federal court in the coming weeks. So until then, it's almost guaranteed that the Pied Piper of murder music will not receive any bail. The self-proclaimed switch-toting rapper is charged with orchestrating a cold-blooded murder that resulted in the death of a rival's family member, said United States Attorney Martin Estrada. Not only that, the shooting occurred in the open at a gas station at a busy intersection, endangering many others in the area. Say it ain't so. They said bullets were flying like a shootout with the cartel on a Wednesday afternoon in Sinaloa, Mexico. They said them boys jumped out the cut like the dude from the movie Dead Presidents. So for those who don't know, and I don't blame you if you don't, to be honest, the less you know, the better. Why? Well, because if you follow these idiots we call rappers, then you definitely will end up like this genius here. Anyway, back to it. According to the complaint filed, Schmirkio, the Devil's #1 draft pick, is the leader of the Chicago-based collective known as Only the Family, or OTF. Law enforcement believes OTF also acts as a group of individuals who engage in violence, including murder and assault, at Banks' direction to maintain their status in OTF. Banks feuded with the victim, identified in court documents as, quote, TB, who was allegedly Quando Rondo. The feud stemmed from a November 6, 2020 murder in which an associate of TB, known as Lil Toom, shot and killed an OTF rapper named Davon Bennett, a.k.a. King Von, the Chiraq top demon. Bennett and Banks were close friends. I covered the death and the story of King Von, another Chiraq goon who was known for taking souls. In response to King Von's murder, Durkio Schmirkio, the Don Dada of OTF, allegedly put a bounty on Quando's life. On August 19, 2022, several OTF members and associates used two vehicles and worked in tandem to track, stalk, and attempt to murder TB. They were stalking this man like a bear stalking two lesbian white women hiking and eating a bag of Funyuns. They were stalking old boy like a IG model waiting to pounce on Bronny James. The co-conspirators fired at least 18 rounds at TB's vehicle, striking and killing a victim identified in court documents as, quote, SR, who was TB's family member, who had been traveling with TB. They said a blind man with one arm could have shot better than those guys. Unfortunately, it only takes one shot, and indeed, someone was hit. That's why we should leave the hits and the hiring of hitmen to the Italians and the Mexicans. That's why when they do it, we call it organized crime. Well, when it comes to old Schmirky or the Chirac Savage, this was a crime indeed, but it was miles away from being organized. It seems like the Dreadlock Reaper planned this hit while playing a session of GTA. The genius gang leader allegedly ordered Quando's murder, and the hitman used money from Banks and OTF-related finances to carry out the hit. Might as well cash app the hitman when he's done while you're at it. Bank and flight records show that an OTF member and close associate of Durk's coordinated and paid for 5 co-conspirators to travel from Chicago to California on the day of the murder. Around the time the one-way flights were purchased, Durk told the OTF associate booking the flights, "Yo, don't book no flights under no names involved with me." Now, I'm assuming the OTF member who still decided to book the hitman a private plane has been fired or let go from the position of the OTF assassin department. The same day the hitman traveled from Chicago to California, Durkio the genius also traveled to California in a private jet with another conspirator, Kayvon London Grant, 28, a.k.a. Cuz, or Vonnie. Later that day, Grant allegedly purchased ski masks for the shooters to use to commit the murder and paid using a credit card in Durk's name for the other co-conspirators' hotel room. No, ladies and gents, you can't make this shit up. The famous hip-hop gang leader used his bank cards and private plane to facilitate and transport hitmen to commit a murder. If this isn't proof our youth are getting dumber, I don't know what is, folks. These 4 defendants, along with Grant, are charged with 1 count of conspiracy, 1 count of use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire, resulting in death, and 1 count of using, carrying, and discharging firearms and a machine gun, and possession of such firearms in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death. Moral of the story? What a dumbass. What in the get out of the hood then still do hood shit are you doing, sir? Now I'm confident I speak for us all when asking myself, what would drive someone who made it out of an environment of drugs, murder, prison, and gangs to continue surrounding themselves with drugs, murder, prison, and gangs? We have all watched from the comfort of our homes and neighborhoods the countless young men that have been killed due to senseless gun violence. Some of these young men who have been killed were friends of Durk too. We also watched Durk and other rappers continue to make millions of dollars rapping and glorifying the murdered and the murders to come. I'll be the first to admit, I used to blame the white man and racism for the state of hip-hop, and how the beautiful art of rapping has now been degraded to what we call murder music. Music young men and women use to fuel themselves with courage to go kill another human being. Then once the murder is committed, it's bragged about over a sinister and melodic tune that encourages our young to repeat and recite these words filled to the brim with evil and darkness. What I've come to realize in my aging years, it is not the white man doing this. It is our own people. It's people who choose profit over people. It's people who choose death over life. And most importantly, it's people who choose the devil over God. Until next time, folks, like Pam always said to Martin, peace.